things really work is depressing to me because it opens us up to manipulation. It closes us off from opportunities to produce fruitful change and advance our own goals. It is time to grow up. Nick Denton, whom you will come to know in these pages, is a kind of free thinker who has always held that the things other people are afraid to say are precisely the ones that need saying most. Peter Thiel, whom you will also come to know, has famously become associated with one question which he uses in interviews and over long dinners. What important truth do very few people agree with you on? I'll give you mine to close this short preface. Perhaps we have too few conspiracies, not too many. Too little scheming rather than too much. What would happen if more people took up plotting, coordinating how to eliminate what they believe are negative forces and obstacles, and tried to wield power in an attempt to change the world? We could almost always use more boldness and less complacency. We could use less telegraphing of our intentions or ambitions and see what secrecy, patience, and planning might accomplish. We could use a little more craziness and disruption, even from the people we disagree with. This book is my homage to that complicated idea, told in part through the complicated story of one almost unbelievable conspiratorial act. Please use it wisely. Introduction. There are no grand, towering bookcases befitting a billionaire in the New York City apartment of Peter Thiel, yet the space is defined by books. They lie in neatly arranged stacks of different heights on nearly every table. Colorful paperbacks and ancient hardcovers about economics, chess, history, and politics fill sets of small modern shelves in the corners and against the walls. If you look closely, on the shelf closest to the chef's kitchen and the arched windows that look out over Union Square Park, there's a small white-spined edition of a book by a 16th century political theorist and Florentine diplomat worn from use. It is not The Prince, which many people, rich and ordinary alike, pretend to have read, though it is by the same author, Niccolò Machiavelli. This more obscure volume consists of 142 chapters of 500-year-old musings and analysis on the works of a Roman historian 2,000 years deceased. Even the title is boring: Discourses on Livy. Indeed, most of the pages in that book don't matter for this story. Flip past them for now, you can read them another time. But there, buried between the notes on how hereditary rulers lose their kingdoms and the effects of noises upon troops in battle, the title of Chapter 6 in Book 3 stands out refreshingly in its simplicity. It is just one word: conspiracies. What follows is Machiavelli's guide for rising up against a powerful enemy, for ending the reign of a supposed tyrant, for protecting yourself against those who wish to do you harm. It is appropriate that such a book sits just within arm's reach of one of Thiel's wingback armchairs, and not far from the chess set which occupies considerable amounts of his time. Something in these pages planted itself deep into Thiel's mind when he first read it long ago, and something in Thiel allowed him to see past Machiavelli's deceptive warnings against conspiracies and hear the wily strategist's true message, that some situations present only one option. It's the option available to many but pursued by few: intrigue, to strategize, coordinate, and sustain a concerted effort to remove someone from power, to secretly move against an enemy, to do what Machiavelli would say was one of the hardest things to do in the world, to overthrow an existing order and do something new, to engage in a conspiracy to change the world. 1,000 miles and a few months away, in a Pinellas County courtroom, just such a conspiracy is reaching its climax. A 6-person jury delivers its verdict as a towering professional wrestler named Terry Bollea sits in nervous anticipation. When they announce the judgment, Bollea nearly collapses. He clutches his attorney, Charles Harder, who not long before was an ordinary, if not obscure, entertainment lawyer.